everybody, so this is Haven Ditko and welcome to part number 3. Part number 1 and part number 2, we did very small little portions of the build. They took a little while to go through, I guess, because there are some new techniques that we're using. Hopefully, what we do from here on out, we get a little bit faster as we're using the same types of tools. We're using them in the same general way. This was a foundation for most of the ways that we're going to be building, using extrusions, using scaling to certain points, using the bevel tool. So this is really going to be a lot of fun, and you'll progress a little bit quicker as we go along. So let me go ahead and go into edit mode, and let's go ahead and begin. We are in edit mode right now. Let's go ahead and stay that way, and we're going to choose this top edge vert. Let's go ahead and scale it or extrude it out on the y-axis. Let's extrude it again up on the z. Take a look at it from 3 view just to see what kind of a size and angle we've got going here. We can see it's pretty nice and square. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I do want it to be a little bit thicker than this, so I think that's a good amount. Why don't we just go ahead and let me adjust this a little bit more. Back into 3 view to see what I've done. Not bad, I like that. Okay, now we're going to select these 2 edges, and we're going to extrude them to the other side here. So E and X and bring them down. We will select one of these edges where we want to line it up to using our active element, scale on X to 0, and you can see how that snaps to be in perfect alignment with this side. Taking this top edge, and we're going to extrude it back on the Y. Again, we want to line this up, so let's choose the edge to line it with. Scale, Y, 0, enter. There we go. On this edge, we're going to do a little decor, so let's use Control R and put in 2 edge loops. We will select faces, choosing, whoops, let me do that over. I'm going to select the wrong ones. We're going to extrude these, but this time we're going to do something a little different. Instead of extruding as a region, and watch how I do that, so E, it extrudes as a region. If I move just this one, you can see that it moves the other ones with it. If I take these and I use Alt E in individual faces and extrude them, if I choose this one and move it, you'll see that it's actually separated. There's 2 different edges here, and that's really good when we want to do something to each face identically, such as inset, but we can't because the one edge doesn't really know which way to inset towards. An example, we've seen it before, but let me go ahead and show you. I can't do inset on this, so if I hit I and pull, you see it goes from the top edge and the bottom, but it doesn't do the center. That's because this edge is a common edge between these 2 faces, and it doesn't know if it should inset this direction or that direction. By extruding individually, we're going to be able to do this edge and this edge, even though they're going to look like they're the same, we're going to be able to do them separately. So let me go ahead and undo that because I want to be able to hit snap back. So Alt E, individual faces, right click to snap them back. So even though this looks like one edge, it's actually 2, which when I use inset, now they both will work individually. Bring those in, and let's extrude them back on the Y. Get ourselves some decorative little pockets there. Going back into edge select, let's select the 3 edges on the back and go into front view. I'm always going to try and remember to change this back, but we actually use active element a lot when it comes to architectural things because we line everything up. So it's hard to remember to change this back every time. Sometimes it doesn't matter, and sometimes you'll see when you're scaling things, um, you may not mean to have actual active element on, and you'll be like, why is that scaling weird? So after we've extruded um, these different edges upward, excuse me, I'm going to select each face and hit I for inset. You'll see that I have the inset for me at 0.15, and just clicking left mouse after hitting I locks those in. It kind of repeats itself for each one. I'm going to go ahead and select these faces and extrude them back on the Y like that. I'm going to take these 4 faces and let's go ahead and inset these as well. Going to extrude these out. Let's go ahead and flatten up the tops and the bottoms. So selecting the 4 top faces, SZ0, enter. Let's go straight into front view. I'm going to E and extrude these up. There we go. And I'll line those up in a minute. I'm going to select these 4 faces, SZ0, enter, and extrude them downward. Okay, let's go back here for a second. I'm going to go into Edge Select, select that edge, use it as my active element, SZ0, enter, and there we go. I can then go ahead and select this edge. Oh, I just want to select this edge and this one. Let's go ahead and pull them up just a little bit for some shape. Alright, good. What we want to do here is go into Vertex Select next. I'm going to select this one and extrude it straight up on the Z. Click this one for active element, SZ0, enter. Choosing the other 2 on the bottom to match, hitting F to fill in with a face. Going into face select, I will choose this face and inset it a little bit. Extrude it, inset, extrude, inset, extrude, inset, and extrude. Let's do control with our plus key. -1 because I selected too many. And after we've selected all those, let's go ahead and S and Y. Let's scale them a little bit. And that's good. We're going to take this top face. Let's go ahead and extrude that on the Z to the top. Again, we'll use our edge select. Shift click on an edge as reference. Scale Z0, enter. It's that much done. We are getting there, but we've got a whole lot more to go. So the next step is to, let's go ahead and go back into face select mode. I'm going to select the faces on the inside. Let's go ahead and use an inset and scale them down. Something like that. We're going to scale these on the Z axis. Actually, I made them, they used to be a little bit of a different size. Let me go back here. Make sure that I go to medium point. I for inset. Scale them on the Z. Let's bring them down. And I think that's pretty good. And if you wonder why I always turn my angle, a little sideways when I do the extrusions, you probably guessed it, but if you've wondered, it's because this way I have an idea of how far out I am extruding something. So I'm extruded on the y-axis, inset again, extrude on the y and push it in a little bit, inset, y, and extrude on the y yet again, and there we go. We're going to go ahead and come up into edge select mode. We're going to select the corners on all of these window areas, or what look like window areas. All 6. Control, let me go into front view. Control B for bevel. And I'm going to bring these right about till about they touch. Alright, we have 4 segments, and our profile is at 5.5 actually. This number is going to be different for everyone, so don't worry too much about that. I've just done it so that they just about touch in the middle up there. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into face select, select these faces, and I am going to inset them. Now, don't really worry if yours cross over like that. We're going to fix those. So going and making sure our occlude is turned off. We're going to use C for circle and click. Oh, we want to go into vertex select first, sorry. We're going to go into circle select and just click on those. Right click to drop our circle. Alt M, and we're going to merge them at center. Again, deselect everything with A, hit C, left click select those, right mouse click to drop the tool, Control Alt or Alt M to choose at center. A, C, left mouse, right mouse, Alt M at center. Let's go ahead and grab all of these that we've chosen and bring it down. We're going to also select these ones next and bring all those down. Let's deselect these ones. Oh, I'm using I was clicking with my right mouse. It's middle mouse to get rid of those. not bad the way that they are, but these being brought like this, I think is going to be much better. So let's do it with precision since we're doing this much work. We're going to go into medium point, top corner, bottom corner, SX0, enter, top, bottom, SX0, enter. I think that's better. SX0, enter, SX, and then two more. We're getting there. SX0. Sometimes something seems like a lot of work, but honestly, it doesn't take that long to do most of these things. And when you get them done, you just kind of really happy you took the time to do them. I'm selecting all the top ones again and just pulling it down to make it a little bit shorter. There we go. Control F for face select. I'm going to select those faces that we were just shaping. I'm going to use E for extrude on the Y. Inset. E for extrude on the Y again. And push that in. There we go. Looking good. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use Control R. And right here on the inside, we're going to put two edge loops on each one of these. So Control R, two edge loops. Let's go into face select mode now. I'm going to use Alt right click, Alt shift right click, Alt shift right click. I'm going to look at it from the front view. I'm going to E for extrude and drop it with my right mouse button. So Alt S is working really good with face select mode for this. And you can see I just scaled it down a little bit. Let's go ahead and hit shift, Alt right click on these rings again. Now we're doing the middle one. Go back into front view. E for extrude and right mouse click to drop it. Alt plus S to scale it down. And you can see that I've scaled it about half as far as I did the one before. And let's see how that looks. And that looks really very cool, doesn't it? Yeah, it's turning out really nicely. Well, we're almost, we're getting close to getting done with this part, so let's see what we have next. We'll just keep this video going a little bit longer. Once we get this part done, let's go into vertex select. Select the two corner vertices. Hit E for extrude on the Y. We're going to bring them forward. After we bring them forward, we're going to choose the back two again and hit F for face. Select just the front two, hit E and Z, extrude on the Z. E and Y, extrude back. Let's just go ahead and line this up with active element real quick. Deselect that one. Alright, so let's just go ahead and do 4 here. Let's do 3. more than 3. We'll do 12. And then go into face select. Alt right click to select these and Alt E individual faces. Inset. And let's just do a nice little inset there. Extrude them on the Y. There we go. Back to vertex select. So let's select the back 2. Extrude them on the Z. Select the bottom 2 again. Fill in with the face. Let's go into front view. That looks pretty good. Control R for 3 edge loops. To do each individual face again with the inset. And we can extrude them. Now we can inset them all at once. And extrude them back a second time. And that's much cleaner, and we don't have 2 hidden faces in here, 2 in here, 2 in here, and all over the place. Let's go into vertex select. Select these verts. Let's extrude them forward. And can you see what I did? I forgot to deselect all of this. Vertex select. That's better. With this one, we're going to come out just a little bit further than this. So E, Y. Maybe about there. E, C. Up here. Bring it up a little bit higher. E, Y again. Let's choose an active element and scale on Y to 0. Let's choose to make 2 edge loops this way. We're going to hit E for extruding on the Y and bring them straight back like that. And that, I believe, we can get rid of these faces if we want to. Let me go in there and get rid of them real quick. Whoops. That face and this one, just delete faces. If for some reason we need those there at some point, we can always put them back. And I think that these are a little bit too deep. So let's go into the 3rd view, 3 view. Go into vertex select, select none. Do a border, select around here. Always make sure the occlude is turned off. And then bring these forward. There, I think that's much better. Alright, so this is the end of the 3rd part. So, wow, we got a lot done. So go ahead and work on a top part of your building and make sure to throw some screenshots into the comments so we can see your progress. Please do share, subscribe, and like the videos. I will do parts number 4 and so on and such. As long as you guys are liking the videos. If you're not caring for them too much, then, you know, I won't put up too many more of them. If I don't put up too many more of them for this particular speed build, you've learned the tools. So the rest is just your imagination and, you know, how you want to make some stuff like this. Anyhow, have fun with it, and we'll see you next time.